Good morning, everybody. It's been about 3 weeks since I have done one of these videos because I keep forgetting and I have a very busy life. I'm doing very well. I went through a phase again, like usual, where I didn't lose weight for about 10 days, and then the very next week, for the next 10 days, I lost a pound to a half a pound a day. So, I am down to 282.2 pounds, and I have, according to MyFitnessPal, which I love that app, I have lost 62 pounds, which is very exciting. I don't feel it, but I have already given away some clothes that have gotten too baggy for me. And I'm sorry, I am holding my phone in my hand because I haven't gotten a selfie stick yet. I can't figure out how to do these things. Anyway, I did want to talk to you about that, to me, and remind myself about stalls. It's not fun. During the 10-day, again, I stalled at 3 weeks, between 3 and 4 weeks too. I was eating all the right things. I was eating exactly the way my nutritionist told me to eat. And I was drinking my water. Finally, I'm able to drink more water, though I do still find it very difficult to get more than 2 liters of water in a day. So I set my timer on my phone to remind me to drink. Every 30 minutes, I take a big gulp of water. Not a big gulp. I drink small little gulps of water in hopes that I will get in at least my 2 liters a day. I think that's probably the hardest struggle out of everything, is trying to get my stupid water in. I find it more frustrating than anything, because who wants to deal with having to be reminded to drink water every 30 minutes? We have a new member of our household, a little puppy dog, which the kids have been begging for one since our last one passed away in the fall. And so my niece hooked us up with a little Labradoodle. It's a cute little thing. It's a nice little exciting thing for our lives. All right, getting back to the stalls bit. Even if you're doing the right thing, even if you're eating the way your nutritionist told you to eat, my doctor told me at my 2-month visit that I was 6 pounds ahead of the average person in their weight loss, which is, I was excited to hear that. And he told me that I could expand and start trying to eat, a little bit of everything. But he warned me that I wouldn't be able to, and he's right. I still cannot eat salads. The only kind of raw leafy thing that I can eat at this point, and I'm 11 weeks out now, is raw spinach. Raw spinach doesn't seem to bother me at all, which is a good thing because I like spinach. My stomach does not like white meat. Dark meat does better. Even tuna fish, I don't like tuna so much. Post surgery, for whatever reason, I like the taste of tuna, but it's so dry and I don't like how it feels going down. That's what I mean. I've tried making tuna salads, but it still does not feel right going down. Things that I'm eating right now, mostly gluten-free, and mostly meat, which I'm not too terribly thrilled with having to eat so much meat. I worry about that. I've been looking to some vegetarian options out there that are high protein. I'm just now looking into all of that, so hopefully I can get this thing figured out. Nobody said it was going to be easy. It's a journey. It's a journey that I have, with the grace of God, allowed myself to go on, one that I needed to go on, one that was very necessary. There's so many people out there my heart goes out to, because I'm one of them. We have that have terrible food control. food controls, if that's the way you want to call it. What do I call it? I call it being a food addict. I miss my relationship with food. Why? Because I turned to food for everything. I turned to food for comfort. I turned to food in celebration. I turned to food in sadness and in anger. You know, every bit of feeling that I had in me, I would eat. And that's the hardest thing of all, is letting go of that relationship, of that really bad and sick relationship with food. My sleeve forces me to do that, but I know that there's going to come a point where, at least I hear and from other people's videos have seen, where the stomach, it loosens up and it's not as swollen as it was, and so you can eat more. Now, I've noticed that a little bit. It hasn't been a bad thing. I do find that nighttime is the worst time for me. That was my binge time before. I always wanted to, I would be so lonely. I don't know why. My husband has jobs where he works nights, and so and I didn't see him much. And so I would just, and I'm not going to blame that. That's me. I own it. I got obese, and I'm obese because my own fault. It's my own doing. But I put my relationship in food instead of, ironically, in my faith, which I would work for a church and have done a lot of funerals as a musician. And I think it gives you a different kind of perspective from the average Joe who's not used to seeing a lot of sorrow. Now I see a lot of joy too, that we have a lot of weddings here too, and that's a tremendous blessing too. And births, those are the good things. But getting back to that, instead of putting my relationship and trusting in the higher power, I've been trying to trust in myself, and that's not what I was created to do. I know that God put me here for a purpose and a plan, just like He has done every human being ever created. There is a reason why they were created. I believe this from the bottom of my heart. And it wasn't to sit around and do nothing. It was to love each other and to help each other and to carry each other when we can. Anyway, all right, I don't mean to get preachy. Getting back to my diet journey. It is interesting how fast time goes post-op. And it's still scary because I don't know, sometimes I can tell when I put something in my mouth right away, there's no way I'm going to even be able to swallow it, and so I have to spit it out. I know it's kind of gross. Yeah, I know. I took a bite of Domino's pizza a couple of weeks ago, and I knew if I swallowed it, it was going to hurt, so I just spit it out. Yeah. But it is still scary knowing what is and isn't safe to eat, even though my doctor has released me to eat whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Go and be a blessing to someone.